All right, my name is Steve Waldman, and I'm with the State Fire Marshal's Office, and what I came to talk to you guys about this year is we're going to talk about general fire safety. We're going to talk about some of the things that may cause fires here in our own facility and also in our own homes. One of the things that I do want you to think about if we would have a fire in our homes is I'm going to tell you, you always want to think of RACE. You're going to think, what's this guy doing? Running around doing all this and stuff? No, RACE basically stands for rescue, alarm, contain, and then extinguish. That's what I want you to think of when you do have it. Rescue. Rescue is the first thing we should always worry about. Life safety. Get the people up, get the people out. The other part of one part of my job is I go around, I do speaking engagements across the state of Ohio. But the other part is I go to fatal fires for a living. My job at a fatal fire is to hold hands with the family members. I don't do investigation, I don't do any of that and stuff. My job just is to sit with those family members. And usually they ask why. Why'd this happen? And I'm telling you the reason why it happened is because they didn't plan. They thought it would never happen to them. So if you do have a fire here in the building, if you do have a fire at your own home, you always want to think of that rescue. Get them up, get them out, get them to a meeting spot. Do we have a meeting spot? Do you know where everyone's going to be? We shake our heads, and yes, oh yeah, you know. Who has elementary kids? Nobody's going to admit. Nobody's going to talk to them. Don't talk to the speaker. Who has elementary kids? Who has grandkids? Toddler kids, all right? You have grandkids, all right? So, for your grandkids and stuff, what grade, what age?
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, all right, 4. How old are yours? 7 and 6, all right? We're going, yours are a little young yet. We'll talk about that and stuff. But the 7-year-old's in second grade? Yes, okay. And so second grade and all. And so you can ask him, do you do fire drills at school? Oh, yeah, we do fire drills. And you ask, what do you do? I said, oh, the alarm goes off and we go outside and we go out and we meet. And they probably can tell us where the meeting spot is. But if you ask your kids at home, where's our meeting spot? What are they going to tell us? Got to put your hands up by yours. They don't know. So we may talk about it, but if we just talk about it, they don't understand. Who's taught somebody to tie shoes? How do you teach somebody to tie shoes? You do it, all right? So tell me.
Something with a rabbit and...
So you tell them, and then you show them,
Yeah.
and then what do you have them do?
Go out and buy Velcro.
Got my Velcro, all right? I have a zipper on my shoes, so that's, I still haven't learned. So then you have them practice it.
Yep.
And how many times do you have them do that? Till they get it. So how many times is that?
Oh, I have no idea.
How many children have you heard of dying from tripping on shoestrings? None. So why don't we put that much effort into a fire drill, into fire prevention in our own homes? We need to tell them about it. We need to show them. Then we need to have them practice. So you have to take that life safety serious. I've got 64 fire fatalities so far this year in the state of Ohio, as of yesterday. I had a lady yesterday over in Crawford County. So do this, practice this, please think of it. That is the most important thing for fire safety, is have that plan and know where you're going to meet. Second part of RACE is going to be alarm. And what do you think I mean by alarm? Fire alarm, all right. Okay, we've got working smoke detectors. We've got a fire alarm in here. Does that mean the fire department knows you got a problem? No. Don't be afraid to call the fire department. How many of you have had the fire department to your house? All right, were they mean, rude, obnoxious, cruel?
No.
No? They were nice?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That always worries me. Don't be afraid to call. We'd rather come out and it be nothing than to have you say, I thought I had it out. I didn't want to bother you. Please don't be afraid to call. If you do have a problem, you smell smoke, you smell something's not right, don't be afraid to call. But as far as alarm, you need to have that working alarm in your house. Not that, yeah, we've got one. Have we tested it lately? How do we truthfully test our smoke detector at home? With smoke, cooking, right? As you're eating, all right? So we're cooking, all right? So we're cooking supper, and it goes off, and what do we do when it goes off while we're cooking? We unplug it. We fan it. We open the window. We say, supper's done. Do we ever practice the drill? So what have we just taught our kids? If the detector goes off, just fan it. It'll be fine. Please test them. How old are they? Do they have a shelf life? They do. 10 years. Every 10 years, you should replace that smoke detector. And I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to say, well, dude, I bought a good one. Here's my lesson on smoke detectors. Now, this is the 3rd grade lesson, so it may gross you out. A smoke detector is a boyfriend and a girlfriend. They're hanging out there on the ceiling, and they just love to see each other. Oh, did you see him today? Oh, he was here. Yes. So that's what they're doing. And what happens is when smoke gets in their eyes, then they're not here. Then they set off the alarm. Well, what happens is those eyes in there, or that unit in there, gets dirty over time. And that's why you get false alarms when you're cooking. That's why you get false alarms like that and stuff. So you want to go ahead and replace that smoke detector. If you cannot afford a smoke detector, the Red Cross has a great program right now. You can contact your local fire departments, or you can contact the Red Cross. They will come out. They will put smoke detectors in your home. The only catch to it is they are going to put them up. It's not just a giveaway. Here's the box, and then you take the box home and you throw it on the shelf and never gets used. Went to a firefighter's house one day, and he had a fire, and luckily for them, the night before it stormed, so the kids slept downstairs that night. Slept downstairs with them. The house got struck by lightning. They had a fire, burned the top of the house off. People were like, oh, it's terrible. They lost their house. Well, you know, they didn't have any working smoke detectors because they had never installed them. They had never put them up. They finally made me leave because I had her in tears because she could have killed those kids because she didn't bother to put a smoke detector in her house. She had it in the box, but she never installed it, never made sure that it worked. So please think of those things. 3rd part of grace is contain. And what I mean by contain is shut doors. Did you have a fire? I know you said you had, so burn the house down or lightning strike? Did you lose the house? $60,000, okay? And in this day and age, that's not that much. But did you notice closed doors slowed the smoke down?
I don't know.
You're running through it, okay. But closed doors make a big difference. Here at work, we make you have the fire doors, we make you have those and stuff, but there's a reason we keep those closed. We want those closed to keep that smoke away from us, to keep that heat away from us. Now, in this building, in the factory that you're in, we're sprinklered. So that helps get those sprinklers to go on quicker. Now, how do we get sprinklers to go off? We'll set one off over here, okay? Now, how do we get these to go off? Does it clap on, clap off? Oh, good. A little worried there, weren't you? All right. How do I get them to go off? Heat, about 165 degrees. The little red bulb in there, that melts. That melts, and that's when it comes on. So here at work, you want to keep that smoke in one area. You want to keep that heat to one area so the sprinklers can do their job. Sprinklers do save lives. Sprinklers do save property. Those of you may think, well, it's going to make a terrible water mess. Yeah, and we'll come vacuum it up, and everything will be good, and your structure's still standing. Now, when one goes off, do they all go off? Just one at a time. I hope and pray you never have any go off in this building, but I know you'll never have more than 3. The building's well protected, the sprinkler system's up to date, you guys are trained, and we know to shut the doors. So it's important to shut those doors and keep that area closed up. So that's important that we do that. And the last thing we worry about is extinguish. I know we've got fire extinguishers. I know we've got them around and all this and stuff. I know you've got fire extinguishers at home. But if we're busy playing with the extinguisher and we haven't got the kids up, have we done our job? If we haven't taken that life safety serious, have we done our job? 2 years ago, we seemed to have a real pattern that we followed. All my fatalities, all my dead bodies, most of them had a fire extinguisher with them. Will a fire extinguisher keep the smoke away from you? No. And smoke's what kills you. Yes, I'm not a doctor. I'm not anything like that. You know, I stayed at a Holiday Inn once. But anyway, I can tell you that I know the smoke kills them because when they go down on the floor. When we go to move them, usually the floor's clean underneath them. So we know it wasn't smoky. We know it wasn't dirty when they went down. So you want to think of that. RACE, rescue, alarm, contain, and extinguish. And that's what you should think of, and that's the way you should handle it. Do we practice fire drills here at work? Yes. And what's the first thing that goes through your mind when the fire alarm goes off? Oh, not another drill. Don't you know I want to go to this lunch and learn today? Well, don't do it now. It's that bad already. So take it serious. Think it through. Think in this area. Who's working with me? Am I going to have to kick their bottom in gear and get them out of the way? So think it through. It doesn't have to be a terrible thing, but practice it. Know where we're going to go. Know where we're going to meet. Know where our accountability is. But also then take that home that night and at least talk about it for me. Like I said, when I go to these fatals, most of the time I hear these stupid things. I hope I don't have any relatives here. You know, Kilbuck, she went back in for a dog. She woke the family up and started on her way out and then chose to go back in. Don't do that. Please. Now, what are some things that cause fires? What are some problems that we have around our house? What are some... Electrical. What about electrical? Too much... Oh, I use power strips. They're so much safer, you know? So we got the power strips, and we got those and stuff, and we've got them, and let me see if I can find them here. Oh, yeah, there's a good one. So I got my power strip, and I use that and all. So it's really good. It's really set up for me and all, and I've got 6 outlets on there, and if I need another one, what do? Plug another power strip right in the end. But I got the good one. It's got the little button on it, and if it gets too hot, it goes boink. And when it goes boink, what do? Push the button back on. Yes, all right. And if it goes boink again, what do? Push it again, and the third time. Tape it. That way the button won't go boink, right? Was this power strip out overloaded? Can you tell?
A little bit.
How can you tell?
It's melted.
Well, that's not the thing. Do you see there are only 3 things plugged in here? See there's clean spots? Those are protected areas, so we can tell that. But you see the little knob here? Where this was in behind a couch. This was in behind a couch. And I know when you guys go to sit down at the couch, you always have the couch. You've got the couch, and you always go, and you always check to make sure it's not wet. And then you go, and you just sit down nice and gentle, don't you? No? How do you go? Plop down. We just plop down, all right? And then the dog plops down. Then the kids plop down, everybody. What we think happened on this one, or the best that we can tell on this one is that it was right against the couch leg. And the couch leg went bang, bang, bang. And over a period of time, did it go through? Yes. It broke through, it shorted out. That's what happened there, is it broke through the case and it caused the trouble there. It was not overloaded. Is it the extension cord's fault? No. It's not extension cord's fault. It's the way we use them. But, you know, times are tough. You know, got to be saving up for the summer vacation and all that stuff. So I don't use those. So I got the good ones. I got the good ones with me and stuff. And I laughed earlier because you were telling me about the good ones, all right? So I've got the good cord here. Would that work? You know, you can plug 3 things in there and all this and stuff. And there's just a couple frayed spots in it, so you don't have to worry about that. So now, admittedly, I've played with it and it's gotten a little worse. But this was plugged in when I found it. It was plugged in at Walnut Hills Nursing Home when I found it. Do we have grandmas and grandpas? Do we have moms and dads that are still using old ones like this? Miss Galbraith over there shaking her head. I will let them know you said that. So, we have to think of these things. It may be time to get an extension cord. It may be good to get a better one. So what are other problems that we have in our houses? Heating? What about heating? With gas, what's wrong with that? There could be a leak, so that'd be something we want to look for. How about in our kitchen? What are the problems? Grease fires. Oh, cooking lesson. Oh, this is good. Lunch and learn. We're having a cooking lesson. All right, so we got our pan, and we put our grease in it. We turn it on. So why does that catch fire? Gets too hot, so we turn it down. So why does it catch fire? Still too hot, so we can take it off the burner and move it. So why does it catch fire? The oil touches the heat, okay? So we know to turn it down and move it, and everything's good there. So why does it catch fire? You guys know all the answers. Why are we having grease fires? Why are we having kitchen fires? Are we standing here watching it? Did you see what she wore to work today? I cannot believe they let her get away with that. Oh, my goodness. They always let her get away with murder. Oh, wait. Look out the window. The neighbors are doing it again. Oh, my goodness. What's the cause of fire? Negligence, distraction. I like duh. In my 35 years of fire service, I'd like to have a duh check box. It would save me a lot of paperwork. Not paying attention. You know what to do, but that's the thing. I didn't think it happened to me. How about a toaster? Like toasters? All right. So where do we keep our toaster? Under the cabinets, yes. And so we've got it under the cabinets, so everything's good. I should move my box closer to me. So we've got that underneath there. And so, strawberry Pop-Tarts, you're going to light up your house, use strawberry, okay? So we've got strawberry Pop-Tarts, and we put them right here in the case, and we put them right here. Is it okay, Dwayne, if we put it right here? Okay, so we put it right here. And strawberry Pop-Tarts will throw 3 foot of flame out the top of them. Tape that switch down, let it go off, let it catch fire. Now, what's right above there? The cabinet. The cabinet. And how quickly is this fire going to spread? Do you mind if can I light it on fire? Is that okay? All right, good. We're going to have a little fire. Okay, so yes. Woo-hoo! This is going to be a great day. Yes, all right. Lost my job last time I did this. Here's 1 minute. A little bit of fire out the top of it. No big deal. Now, what would you do there? Fire extinguisher. So you're going to go get the fire extinguisher and stuff. Okay, so that's good. So we got going to go get a fire extinguisher and stuff. So how long does it take for us to get that extinguisher? At home? 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, well, that's good. Well, let's just look at 2 minutes. Let's look at 2 minutes, see how far this fire is spread in 2 minutes. So now here's 2 minutes because fire doubles every minute. Hope you don't mind. Sorry, Dwayne. Sorry. I know you thought we were friends, but I won't burn you. All right. So yeah, I hope your wife doesn't mind. All right. So you are insured, right? Okay, good. All right. You said 3 minutes. Well, let's go ahead and look at 3 minutes. Could y'all pass that out? Could y'all pass that down? Oh, you guys might as well be involved too. All right. Just keep passing it out. There's 3 minutes. 3 minutes from a toaster. 3 minutes from when we threw it in and we went to the bathroom because it'll be done when we get back. And we talked about race to begin with, but what did you tell me to do first? Go get an extinguisher. What should we have done? Got everybody out. We burned, 7 people here in 3 minutes' time. Race, rescue first, get them up, get them out, take it serious. Alarm, don't be afraid to call the fire department. No matter we think, it's just a toaster, we'll get it out. But I'd rather them head this way. We can put them together. Don't tie anybody up. Call the fire department. Get them headed this way. How long does it take for Sugar Creek or Berlin to get here? On a Friday afternoon. Yeah, at least. So, on a good day. Contain. Shut the doors. Keep the smoke from going to the rest of the building. Let the sprinklers do their job here in the building. And the last thing we worry about is the extinguisher. And I appreciate that. You fell right into it, truthfully and honestly. But that's what I want you to think of. If you don't take anything else away from today, is I do want you to go home and I do want you to make a plan. I want you to know where you're going to go. Know where that meeting spot is. One of the worst days of my life is I get to a fire. Is everybody okay? Yeah, everybody's okay. About 4 minutes later, the family comes up and says, I thought mom was with dad. Dad thought the girl. I thought the girl was with dad. Dad thought the girl was with mom. And the girl was still in the house. Don't let that happen. Talk about it, please. Thank you.